if I smile, you're going to have to forgive me for this because this is kind of funny. Okay, following the civil rights movement, where we attained civil rights and voting rights, and LBJ signed all these things, signed all this legislation. And he said that he would not run for president after that. If he would have ran for president after that, he probably would have been assassinated. Following LBJ was Richard Nixon, a Republican. Now, he was removed from office supposedly for Watergate. BS. You see, understand this. Nixon knew that now that black people, Hebrew Israelites is who we are, we had the ability to vote. He knew that the Caucasian vote was going to be split 50-50. 50% Democrat, 50% Republican. And he knew that to win re-election, he needed the balance. And the balance was the black vote. The black vote, he knew, was going to do what? Was going to give the person, whoever ran for president, that 13% of black people in the United States, maybe 14, 15% or more now, he knew that that was going to always swing the election to whoever got the black vote. So what did he do? He had to go after the black vote and take it away from who? The Democrats, because LBJ signed the Civil Rights Bill and voting rights. So he knew they had the black vote. Now check this out. Back during the time of the Civil War, who had the black vote? Republicans had it because Lincoln did what? Free the slaves, which would allow slaves to eventually get the vote. So what did they do with Abraham Lincoln? Boom, took him out. What did they do with Kennedy? Boom, took him out. History repeating itself. Nixon, hip to the game, he said, well, okay, I'm going to get the black vote. So how was he going to get the black vote? You have to quid pro quo, something for something. So what did he do? He financed Soul City. What was Soul City? It was a black city. He was going to give us segregated city. Look up Soul City. He was going to give us black city. And the black city was in North Carolina. Who was the senator of North Carolina? Jesse Helms, one of the most racist white supremacists in the country. And he had enough power to figure out a way to get Nixon out of office. So they set Nixon up with Watergate. He was set up. Because don't fool yourself. This kind of Watergate stuff, this kind of shenanigans went on all the time. It's going on all the time. It was common that they would sneak into each other's offices and things like that. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. If Trump doesn't get impeached, you know good and well Nixon would have got away with that. If Trump can get away with what he's getting away with, Nixon would have got away with Watergate. That's only common sense. This guy tried to overthrow the United States. It was an attempted coup and he lost. And now he's going to get a second chance. Do you think what Nixon did compared to that? And Trump been playing this game. They want Trump to be president again. And why do you think they letting Biden run? Because you have to be, and Biden, he falling all over the place, can't remember nothing. Who can't win against Biden? By the time the election roll around, he won't even know who he is. And that will put Trump in there automatically. But Cornel West could win if he do what? If he take the Palestinian side, national health care, free education, wipe out the education debt, be in there like Flint. Everybody, white folks vote for him. Because everybody know vote. I mean, to lose to Trump, you have to be a loser, loser, loser. You got to be garbage to lose to Trump. Because he's a thief, pedophile, and everything else. But let's go back to this thing. You see, Soul City, we were going to get our black towns and stuff together. We was going to get that back. We would be able to develop Black Wall Street again. They knew this. Soul City was just the beginning, and I'm going to leave a link to Soul City so you all know the game. So this is what they did. Republicans and Democrats, they got together. They said, look, we're not going to give black people anything else. You can't give black people anything. That's cheating. They considered that cheating. And the Democratic and Republican Party came up with a strategy not to give us anything but mouth talk. They weren't going to give us nothing but mouth. That's what they promised. They promised us mouth. Promises. Say you're going to do this, say you're going to do that, and don't do it. Or give them something and make them think it's a gift. Like affirmative action. We're going to give them affirmative action. That was the Democrats' big thing. But who got it? White women. All kind of minorities got it. We barely took advantage of it. So that passed the litmus test of not giving us anything. And the Democrats has been, and now, so what the Democrats do now, when we got hit to that game, then they start playing good cop, bad cop. Oh, if you vote Republicans, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. Hey, Clinton, the Democratic Party has done more to hurt black people than the Republican Party. Welfare, you can't have a man at home. So that started the breakup of the black family. Have as many kids as you want, we're going to pay you for them. Then all of a sudden, making black women work for minimum wage jobs. So now those kids are at home with no direction. Black men, 3-strike law. And you back in jail. Democrats did all that. Screwed us. But see, the Republican Party and the Democratic Party decided that they aren't going to give us anything. So the Democratic Party got smart. The first thing they did was play the good cop, bad cop. Then they started giving us gifts that really weren't gifts. Then they gave us Obama. He didn't do anything for us. Nothing whatsoever. See, understand the game. Like I tell you, if you live in truth, recognize truth, and all these things, all this knowledge manifests itself because truth is intelligence. And when you follow and serve truth, then you become a wise man. It all starts with truth. And then you could see the BS. But if you allow yourself to live a lie and you get used to a lie, then you're never going to look for the truth. Free your mind and follow the truth. Now check this out. United States done bought all these immigrants in. Some have been documented, and a lot of them have not been documented. And guess what? Now they came up with the law where the Mexicans thought they were, remember the Mexicans and remember the Mexicans in California talking about black people this, black people that, laughing at this white guy who had married a black woman and had a black child, calling the child a monkey and all that. Well, guess what? Now they done passed a law. If you get caught driving around with an undocumented immigrant, you get 20 years in jail. 20 years, and it passed. In Texas, it passed. And I think it was Texas or California. And this Mexican guy, he was crying like a baby. I'm going to leave a link to it. I'm gonna leave a link. I'm gonna leave a link to Soul City and this Mexican crying like a baby. He thought he was white. He didn't understand. White supremacy means white supremacy. It don't mean you can't decide that you want to be white. Now I'm white. No. White supremacy is white supremacy. Now you done played you. Now the Mexicans done played themselves. But understand this, my people, my Hebrew Israelites, the Democratic and the Republican Party are both against us. It don't make no difference whether we vote Democrat or Republican. We're not going to get anything. But we're going to get reparations because the president of South Africa and the presidents of Uganda, Africa's on the move. And the president of South Africa, he went to the United Nations along with Uganda and a couple other presidents, and they said this: they want reparations paid. They want reparations, not just for Africans who have been colonized. They want reparations for all black people, including those that were taken as slaves. We will get reparations. And I'm going to tell you something, but I'm not going to get into all that right now, but I'm going to tell you this real quick. Washington, the politicians in Washington, them cats on drugs, man. They found that cocaine in there. I'm going to tell you, they found one pack. And guess what? If you so clumsy enough to lose a pack of cocaine in the White House, everybody's doing it. Everybody knows who's getting high. They in the White House. Let me tell you something. They in the White House. They're doing all kind of drugs. Because what's going on in Israel, what they starting in Israel, you got to be high to do that. Because NATO couldn't beat Russia, and Russia was by itself and beat the living crap out of Ukraine. And now we done eased out of there like we did Vietnam. And now we over in Israel, starting some crap over there. And guess what? Israel is surrounded by Muslim countries. You can't win. And if you couldn't beat Russia and Ukraine, you can't beat them in Israel either. Can't beat them in Israel. Plus Israel is surrounded by Muslim countries, and they all want a piece. Now they gonna get a piece. Then you smart mouth in China, and China's technology is leap years away from ours because the United States is so into racism and jumping on black people and just and getting rich off of people's backs. It's insane. This country is lost. But I'm gonna tell you this. See, I'm not a prophet, but I'm a seer because I see what can happen, and you can too if you live in truth. But if Cornel West runs on the 3 issues, he becomes president because Trump is a loser. He's a loser. A big time loser. But then if Cornel West runs for president, then he's gonna have to surround himself with his people. But then because the people that he's dealing with are high on drugs, cocaine, demonic, they just out of their mind. This country, politically, this country is insane. The Democratic and Republican Party fighting each other like crazy. A house cannot stand if it's fighting against itself. The Republicans are fighting themselves within the Republican Party, and then they fighting the Democrats too. This country is going nuts. They're absolutely out of their mind. Hey, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I ain't in this mess. Talk to you later.